Dear students, welcome to Doctor's Academy for Taxation and Accounting. In this video, let us try to practice how journalizing takes place. For that, let us take one question. Transaction is commenced business with cash rupees 40,000, goods worth 25,000 and machinery 35,000. So cash account debtor, goods, so that we have to write stock in trade, stock account debtor, machinery account debtor to Anurag's capital. Anurag's capital. So the value is 40, 25 and 35. 40,000, 25,000 and 35,000. And the total of these three, 1 lakh. So here what we have adopted is debit what comes into the business. Here cash comes in, stock comes in, as well as machinery comes into the business from the businessman Anurag in the form of capital. So the journal entry is cash account debtor, stock account debtor, machinery account debtor to Anurag's capital, and the total value is 1 lakh rupee. Second transaction is purchased goods from Seth for 20,000 and paid him cash of 10,000. Purchases account debtor to cash. The total purchase was for 20,000 rupees, of which 10,000 paid cash, which means the balance 10,000 is on credit basis. So it is from Seth. So Seth's account. So the rule adopted here is debit what comes in and credit what goes out and credit the giver. So it is a semi-personal and real type of transaction. 50% of the cash is given, 50% on the basis of credit. And next transaction is sold goods to Amar for 9,000 and received cash from him 5,000. Cash received on sale. Cash account debtor, Amar account debtor to sales. This total sales was 9,000 and the cash received is 5,000, which means the 4,000 was credit transaction. Next transaction is issued a check to Seth. The cash will goes from the bank. So the journal entry is debit the receiver Seth. Seth account debtor to cash will go from the bank. So when check issued, we have to credit bank account. So the journal entry is Seth account debtor to bank account to the extent of 5,000. The next transaction is received from Amar 3,900 and allowed a discount of rupees 100. See here, the discount type is cash discount. There are two types of discount, trade discount and cash discount. In trade discount, the discount will be given at the time of purchase. It is to induce, it is to promote the sales. So normally this price, this trade discount will be deducted in the invoice. But the next is cash discount. Cash discount is the type of discount given by the seller to the buyer to encourage the payment or to have the prompt payment. Cash discount will be given. Say for example, an amount of 4,000 to be given and 100 discount allowed, so that the balance will be 3,900 received. So that here there is an impact that happens in the cash payment, so that to be recorded in the books of account. So this transaction is a cash discount, so that it will make impact on the books of account. So the journal entry will be cash account debtor. From whom? From Amar, to Amar. And we allowed him a discount of 100. So discount allowed to be debited. So the journal entry will be cash account debtor, discount allowed account debtor to Amar account. Value 3,900, 100, and it is 4,000. So the rule, if you look at, we can see cash comes in, debit what comes in? Cash comes in and debit all expenses and losses. Discount allowed is an expense to the business, so it to be debited, and credit the giver. Purchase from Mohan for 15,000. Date of purchase is 24th October 2010. So journal entry is purchases account debtor to Mohan, and the purchases was for rupees 15,000, and we have got a 15% of discount, so that the discount will be 2,250 and the value to be paid is 12,750. So we need not make any entry for that trade discount, but we have to reduce the value and just enter it. So the value to be written in the books of account is 12,715, so that we have to enter that reduced value. The next transaction is rent paid 750, salary paid 1,000. So the journal entry and the date is 27th October 2010. Salary paid, debit all expenses, salary account debtor, rent account debtor to cash. Rent is 750, so the total is 1,750. And finally, the last transaction is Anurag withdraw goods worth rupees 1,000 for personal use. So it is drawings account. Drawings account of the proprietor, drawings account debtor to purchasers account. Because the goods is taken, so it to be, the purchase to be credited. So the date of transaction is 30th October. So the value is 1,000 rupees. Now we have to total the journal, the previous page and this page we have to total, and we will get the total value. Now the total is 1,53,500. Now let us see certain journal entries which is commonly appearing in connection with bank transaction. First one is cash deposited with the bank. When cash deposited with the bank, the journal entry will be bank account debtor to cash account. Which means banker is the receiver, cash goes out. Similarly, cash withdrawn from the bank. So cash comes in, giver is bank. So bank cash account debtor to bank account. The opposite to the first entry. The first entry is cash deposited, so bank to cash. Second is cash withdrawn from bank. So opposite to that is cash to bank. Now cash withdrawn for personal use. So it is drawings account debtor to bank account. Here it is drawn for office purpose, but here it is drawn for personal purpose. If it is drawn for office purpose, the journal entry is cash to bank account. If it is drawn for personal purpose, drawings account debtor to bank account. Now check received from a customer. So journal entry is cash account debtor to customer's account or party's account. So cash, here the check received is treated as cash received and the journal entry is cash account debtor to party's account, cash account debtor to customer's account. Then check issued to supplier, check issued to supplier, then supplier's account debtor to bank account, because the cash goes from the bank, that is the reason. So the journal entry is supplier's account debtor to bank account. Now check deposited with the bank. The check received from this customer is deposited with the bank. This fourth transaction is carrying over to the sixth one, so that bank account debtor to cash account. Bank account debtor to cash account. It is same as this journal, that cash deposited. Here we treat check received is treated as cash received. So the journal entry is cash to customer's account. Here the check is deposited, that same check is deposited with the bank, so that the journal entry, same journal entry, that is bank account debtor to cash account. Now sold goods and check deposited to the bank. So the transaction is directly to the bank, so that bank account debtor to sales account. Bank account debtor to sales account. Now the eighth transaction is customer directly send check to the bank. Customer directly send check to the bank, so that bank account debtor to customer's account. Bank account debtor to customer's account. Next is bank allow interest. Then bank account debtor to bank interest account. Bank account debtor to interest account. Then bank charges for expenses or bank charge. So it is an expense. So bank charges account debtor to bank account. Bank charges account debtor to bank account. Now sometime the check that we sent for collection may be dishonored, so when we send the check to the check for collection, we return the journal entry bank account debtor to cash account. Before that we return cash account debtor to customer's account. So actually the journal entry exists is bank account debtor to customer account, because this account, this cash account and this cash account will get automatically cancelled, and the journal entry remains here is bank account debtor to customer account. Now we have to reverse it because the check got dishonored. So the journal entry will be the same customer account, customer's account debtor to bank account. This is the journal entry for dishonor of check, that party's account debtor to bank account. So meaning we have to reverse or reinitiate customer's account and the bank account to be cancelled. If you look at, I can draw like this. When we make credit sale, the journal entry is customer's account debtor to sales account. When we get the check, this is the journal entry, cash account debtor to customer's account. So this customer got cancelled here. This customer got cancelled, and the journal entry existing is cash to sales when the check received. Later, when we send the check for collection, this cash got cancelled and the journal entry exists is bank to sales account. But later we found that the check got dishonored. So we have to reinitiate the customer account and we have to have the same account, same journal entry that we have written for credit transaction. So the journal entry, we have to reinitiate this journal entry so that we have to bring customer account. So see customer account debtor and we have to cancel this bank account. So bank account is credited. So the journal entry is customer account debtor to bank account, customer account debtor to bank account. So this bank and this bank will get cancelled and the remaining entry is customer account debtor to sales account, which is the same journal entry which we have written first. The same journal entry will be remaining at the time of dishonor of check by passing this journal entry. So my dear friends, the journal entry for dishonor of check is customer account debtor to bank account. That will automatically bring the first journal entry back to record. Hope this concept is clear. If you have any doubt, please give your doubts and requirements in the comment box. We will try to solve it. Thank you very much for watching this channel. Please subscribe and share with the students community. Thank you very much.